Hi guys, so I'm going to go through for anyone that's before the 6 months post C-section. These are just some breathing exercises and some pelvic floor development exercises that can help you rebuild your pelvic floor, and for anybody really who's had a baby, because after having a baby it never really repairs unless you do these kind of exercises. Okay, so what we're going to start off doing, we're going to be lying onto the floor. Okay, I'm going to show you, just going to put them on the top so that you can see as I'm doing them how my belly fills and how my ribs expand. Okay, so these are just some gentle breathing exercises. We're going to start off. You can start by putting your hands, so just taking notes, sorry, before I move on. A lot of people always find post-pregnancy ribs actually stay flared. I'm in this position right now, so my ribs are flared up. There is a massive gap back here in my back, and my ribs are under serious pressure. My lower back is under serious pressure. So what you want to do, getting down onto the floor, first you want to push those ribs down, making that gap there a little bit smaller and pushing that pelvic or that lower back into the ground. Okay, so from here, keeping our ribs tucked down, we can start by gently taking a deep breath in. Okay, so as we take a deep breath in, you're going to fully expand the ribs outwards. Okay, so not up in that position, you're going outwards as you breathe in. As you're expanding, you're filling up the belly with air. So I'm going to give a demonstration. So as you can see, my belly actually fills up with air as I take that deep breath in. You're filling it up with air. You're making it nice and big. You're keeping your ribs tucked down. And as you breathe out, you want to gently, so you should feel, I want you to start by putting your finger just down here, just the side of your C-section, so that's where your lower transverse abdominals are. You want to gently tense this area. Okay, so I don't want you to squeeze too hard. It's not about squeezing as hard as you can with pelvic floor. It's just like any muscle, you know, you want to work it, but you also want to let it relax. Okay, so squeezing too hard is not what you're looking for. You're looking for that gentle squeeze and then leaving it relax. If you put your fingers in here, as you tense, you will feel it will become hard down here. It's usually a really soft kind of squishy area, and as you gently squeeze, it will become hard. There are your transverse abdominals activating, and that's what you want to feel. So we're gonna go for 10 reps of these. So here I can feel it's nice and tense, and leave it relax. So think blowing out a candle, that's the breath you want to use, and relax. And relax. So you're not squeezing too hard, it's just a gentle tense. The finger is there just to identify if you can feel that muscle. And relax. Very good. So that's your some breathing exercises that you could do. That's really going to benefit you going down the line as you get stronger. Okay, so building up strength in your pelvic floor is really important. Okay. Okay, Una, so I'm going to do just a gentle workout for anyone that is before the 3 months post C-section, and you're finding the other workouts a little bit too much for you. Okay, so for these we're going to be taking it really slow. No weight is included in these, it's just all body weight exercise. We have a chair here for support if you need it. Okay, and so we're going to start off. I'm going to demonstrate each movement first. Okay, we're going for 6 reps of each movement, and we're going to do between 2 to 3 rounds, whichever is comfortable for yourself. So the first movement is just your normal body weight squat. Okay, so we're going to start. We can hold on to chair if you want, and you can actually start by even doing this to the chair for now, just as you build up that strength. Okay, so we're facing forward, feet are facing slightly out at a 45-degree angle. Okay, so here chest is back, so you'll find loads of pressure here out in the front of the chest. You just want to push those shoulders back, get into that it will be an uncomfortable position for you because you're so used to being out here holding and carrying bump for so long. Okay, so for here, first movement, we can put our hands out in front. I like to, keeping that chest back. We're slowly going to drop back down to the chair. We're gently pushing up through the heels to stand. Okay, so if this is too much, you can even grab a brush or something holding out here in front to support that pull up. As you are coming up out of the chair, you're pushing through the heels, but you're also activating that pelvic floor. So as you push up, you're pulling up that pelvic floor. Now, not too tight, it's a small, gentle pull. Okay, and let it relax, come back down to chair and up. So you're getting used to activating that pelvic floor in your exercising. Okay, so for the next one, we're just going to do a hip hinge. You can turn your chair around. A hip hinge is literally a hinge at the hip. Okay, feet are facing, feet are hip width. Okay, for here, chest is back. The first movement, you can put hands onto the chair. You're gently going to push that bum back and back up to stand. So as you come back, so here you want to activate that pelvic floor, back up to stand, pulling up and let it relax. So there is a slight bend in my knee. It's not an actual squat where you're bending your knee down. It's a hip, the hip drives back, slight bend. So the next one we're going to be doing some body weight lunges. We're going to use chair as well. Okay, feet are facing our hip width. The first part of the movement, chest is back. You're going to take one step back and supported on the chair the whole time. You're bringing that back leg as close as you can to the floor. So you're not bringing it down. If you have to relax down there, that's fine. Pushing up through the front heel of this leg. So if this leg is going back, it's this leg out front that's doing the work. So down here, you're activating that pelvic floor, pulling up as you stand up. Okay. So for our next movement, we can come down onto the floor. Okay, we're going to just gently sit back onto our heels. We can use our chair here also, but if you can, try do this whichever is comfortable for you. If you need a chair, that's completely fine. Okay, for this movement, you're sitting back on the heels, back is straight, chest is open, and you're gently pushing up to full extension here from the knees. When you get to top, you have to activate the glutes, get them firing, and gently coming back down to the floor. For here, as you're pushing up to full extension, that's where you activate that pelvic floor. Back down to the floor, lifting up, using chair if you can. Like to put my hand on my stomach just to feel that activation and that it's actually activating as I'm moving up. Full extension, squeeze the bum at the top. So for our next one, okay guys, we're going to progress that previous movement a little bit more. So we're sitting back down on our heels. We're going to activate pelvic floor, come all the way up to full extension, bringing that right leg forward, back down to floor. Okay, thinking about your breathing. Back down to floor. I'm engaging as I'm stepping up, pulling up, getting nice and tight, wrapping around. So our next movement, we're going to do some glute bridges. We can come back down onto the floor. Gently coming down. If it's too uncomfortable on the floor, you can put cushion underneath your back to support. Okay, from here we've done these inner Pilates already, but we're going to go through. We're going to keep our feet flat onto the floor. Back is nice and flat on the mat. Your shoulders are down, your chin is nice and tucked, okay? 2 hands are by your side. The first part of this movement, you're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to fill up that belly. As you breathe out through pursed lips, like you're blowing out the candle, you're gently going to roll the hips up the full extension here, squeezing bum, and slowly back down to mat. Very good. And so for our last one today, we're going to be doing some clams. So you can do these against the wall. I like to do these at the start against the wall for support. 2 feet are together, okay? You're on the elbow, you're supported with the hand, hips are nice and straight. So the first part of this movement, you're gently going to engage the pelvic floor, pulling up, and you're going to raise the leg as high as you can and back down together. So for this, as you raise, you're engaging here in those side transverse abdominal. You're squeezing the bum when you get to the top of the movement. There is no movement in the hip when you use the support of the wall, okay? If you can keep your feet together, that's completely fine. Just go with what is comfortable for you. Okay, so that's a full round. I'm going to do 1 full round of the whole lot. And you're going to aim between 2 to 3 rounds of this, depending on how you feel and how you're getting on. Okay, so off we go. We're using chair. We're going to take 10 seconds rest in between each movement. We're going for 6 of each movement. I'm using my breathing. I'm pulling up through my pelvic floor, squeezing bum. That's 6. Really good. 10 seconds rest. We're going to turn around our chair. We're going for our hip hinge. Six done. Really good. Next we're going to go for our, so next we're doing our chair lunge. We're going 6 each side. Always support. Opposite side. Six done. Really good. We're going to go for our kneeling. Using chairs there for support. 1. So as I'm going down, I'm breathing in, I'm filling up that belly. Squeeze at the top. Really good. This is new movement and you probably feel it already in your hips, okay? Straight up with the leg. 1. 2. 3. 4. Activate those leg muscles as you're pulling up, guys. Use your quads. Use the bum. And 6. Opposite side. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Really good. 10 seconds rest. We'll move on to our glute bridge. Going 6 of these, guys. This isn't about speed, this is about making sure everything is right. You're breathing out, you're filling up your belly. You're pulling in that transverse abdominal there, it's activated. Pushing through the heel, squeezing the glute. Last one. Really good. So always with C-section moms, rolling over is the best option. Just until you get stronger. 2 feet are together. We're going to go 6 each side with our clams. Breathe out. And 6, really good. Switching over opposite side. tight here. I'm pulling up there as I'm lifting the legs. I'm squeezing the glutes. Really good. So that's 1 round done, guys. I want you to aim, even for this week, aiming for 2 rounds of that is enough. Okay,